Hi, welcome to Midnight Rider Technology Studios. As usual, still under construction, and will be for whoever knows how long. Tonight I'm going to, and actually this is something I'm probably going to be doing for a while, scam videos and articles that people tend to fall for online over and over. Now, I'm going to explain a little background of why this come up. See, I see these all the time. Everything from Onion articles to recently a local newspaper magazine. I'm not sure what you'd call F5. Um, People fall for these things all the time. They believe they're real. Videos that, quite frankly, anybody who was using two cents worth of brains would get. They would figure out, wait, there's a trick here. There's a trick here. What's going on? But they see it with their eyes, so they believe it. They buy into these. So I'm going to start playing with these a little bit and having a little bit of fun with it. And yes, I understand I'm kind of making fun of some people, but I'm also making a point about critical thinking. Um, Before I jump too much further in, tonight's is brought to you by. Tonight's program brought to you by May I Learn English. It's actually sponsored by May I Learn English, which is an Indiegogo campaign set up to teach English to non-English speaking children, especially those who have ADHD, autism, and other special needs. Great project. They need a lot of help. They've got a great plan. It just needs everybody else. So if you're watching this on YouTube, flip down into the description, and you'll see links to all the videos and articles that I'm going to talk about tonight, and along with link to May I Learn English. Please check them out. They could definitely use your help. Trust me, I've done Kickstarters. Man, this is always a hard thing to do. So, anyways, kicking into it. So the very first one I'm going to pick on is the free energy light bulb. Now, by the way, I'm going to be using kind of an experimental setup. I still have not set up the software that I want and the audio setup that I want to do all this. So I'm kind of cheesing it by using Google Hangouts. So you have to forgive me, as this is a little odd setup. Free energy light bulb. Let's go with this. We're going to scoot back here a little bit. And this will not be as cool as it could be, but it'll work. No, not that one. That one. This video I saw the first time. I went, what? Okay. See, I'm not a really big believer in free energy. The concept of free energy sucks. It goes against a number of rules in physics and as we know it. That does not make it completely impossible. I know I just said it goes against the rules. Our understanding of the rules aren't necessarily complete. We know this. Anybody who's science-minded will tell you that science is a process where we figure out the rules as we go along, and we try and break those rules and to disprove them so we have a better understanding of the rules. So this one, though, it caught me off guard because I couldn't figure out how they did it. I'm going to scroll back just a little bit here. This is this weird little setup with some there's a capacitor in there, there's a transistor in there. What else? You got a coil setup, weird, and I mean, just really bizarre. And so he solders up a light bulb to it. And we're going to, yep. And what he does is the first one, he proves that this is a regular light bulb way back here. Now this, right here, hang on, I gotta explain. This is a magician's trick. And if you watch magicians, you'll see this all the time. One, I need to prove that this deck of cards is nothing special. There's nothing out of the ordinary about this deck of cards. You see that all the time. But they follow exactly the same rule. Here's the light bulb, touches some power to it, it works. Cool. Then he takes this weird little device and he solders in a theoretically same light bulb, as far as we can tell. Okay, let's A little further with this. He's going to give it a little juice. Now hang on. This is where it's important. Now, did you catch that? Something happened. Something went wrong with it. Huh. Doesn't explain, but he messes with it again. Ta-da! We have power. Well, that's kind of cool. How does it work? What does it mean? All right. And it just sits there, and the rest of the video is just showing off that it works. All right, hang on. And there's another video here that explains it a little better, but we're going to just scroll back to this part right here. Bam. That right there. What happened is there are two exceedingly fine wires leading up to this whole setup. When he does this, he's actually getting ready to turn the power on to it and everything. In other words, it's an illusion. What we can't see, partially because of the quality of a YouTube video, and sometimes because of the just the sleight of hand. Hang on a second.
No fees.
The only problem with doing it this way is I got to put up the ads. Nope. So he shows us setup again. Does nothing. No Tesla coils around. Basically, there's no power source. But there it is. If you can see that closely, two thin wires. That's why it blew up the first time. He crossed the wires. Oops. But here's the thing. A lot of people fell for it. A lot of people thought it was real. This guy was even making a second video to show off that it wasn't real. Folks, we have a problem here. We are so wired to apparently believe anything we see that even when somebody shows us what's up their sleeve, they'll just go ahead and ignore that and continue to believe the first thing they saw and try and reproduce this whole video setup. Really? I mean, come on. All right, let's go for the next one. The next one's a great one. Let me explain why this one's so great. Somebody posted this on YouTube. Now, this is actually a fairly old video, and the whole thing about it was, and when I say old, okay, internet old, 1988, 2008. So it's been around for ages, and people still buy it after all this time. What's the premise? Pretty simple. If you put enough cell phones around an item, around popcorn, and call them, it'll pop the popcorn. Let's take a watch. Because come on, this is just gotta be cool, right? All right. They got popcorn and they got cell phones, and you can see the gal in the background calling it. Give it a second.
It's gonna work in a second. Oh, that's too much. I told you.
Absolutely amazing. Wow, what would that do to our brains? I mean, that's popcorn that's being fried by cell phones. I'm back. Well, how convenient that YouTube knocks me offline just as I'm talking about this very controversial stuff. Obviously, it means that the man doesn't want me to tell you the fact that these are a scam. Actually, that's one of the things that you hear from people is the idea that others want to shut them up because for some reason there's something at stake for them. I don't know. So anyways, so this video was actually part of a viral marketing campaign. And actually, I forgot to put the link to it. But if you Google cell phone popcorn trick revealed, you'll end up with a about.com page that is an interview with them from back in 2008 with the guys that came up with it. Jason Carroll and is the interviewer, I think. It was Cardo Systems was the company that put the video together, and they literally just digitally erased the popcorn, threw in a couple more pieces of popped popcorn. I mean, it was really actually fairly cheesy and simple and ingenious, and it worked, but still to this day, people believe it. There's not enough energy involved. Simply put, there's just not enough energy involved. But people can't believe that because they've heard bad things about cell phones. Now, I'm not going to say cell phones are completely safe or not. I couldn't tell you for certain. I don't know the long-term effects on brain tissue. There has been studies that said it's bad, and studies that says no, there's nothing wrong with it. Studies that said, you know what? If you're a guy, don't put them next to your testicles. See that pocket there? Not a good idea. So it's hard to say, but no, it's complete bull. And not only is it complete bull, it's debunked bull. In fact, I'm going to show you a great debunking of this. This is hilarious. And I posted a link to this, I believe. And let's see. Screen share this sucker again. Because if you thought cell phones were dangerous, you should understand how dangerous a banana is. There you go. Look at that. The bananas popped the popcorn. Isn't that amazing? Oh, wait. I think I forgot to hit a button. I'm supposed to hit a button that says present to everyone. So this is why I don't like the setup. It's pretty cheesy, and it's got an extra set of clicks in there that I really shouldn't have to hit. On my other setup, where I have audio syncing problems, I don't have to do that. Anyways, bananas, popcorn in the center, and hey, wait for it. Wow. Okay, and actually, for those who are observant, scroll back just a little bit. There's 3 kernels of popcorn. Look at that. There's 3 popped kernels and 2 unpopped kernels. It must be magic. Or it could just be a really cheesily edited video, which is exactly what it was. It was actually, if you watch closely, it was a bad cut even. But the idea still stands. People fell for the first one, so somebody parodied it so that you get a better idea of the possible ways it could have been parodied. Another one. This one. This one happened in Wichita, Kansas, and it just recently seemed to have gained foothold. In the last 2 days, I've seen this show up a couple of times, and let me explain. We have an amusement park that has been dead for years, called Joyland. Joyland was kind of a cool place, and I live right by what used to be Joyland. Well, local newspaper called F5, which some cool folks, Joyland posted an article because there's no way that Joyland's ever going to be reopened again. So F5 puts this article that's a piece of satire. It says Joyland reopened over dead bodies, and it goes through and it talks about the process of reopening it and all these quotes and things like that. And then you get in here, and as you go along, this article is getting more and more unbelievable. As you go along, here it is. Along with many old familiar rides, new rides including the Koch Industries Teacup Party, the Boeing Outsourcer, and the Pioneer Balloon Mylar Moonwalk and Grill. New dining includes Frozen Freddy's Custard's Last Stand, Taste and See's Corn Dogs, and Burrito Test Kitchen, or BTK for short. Now, if you're if you're a local, man, that's the amount of triggering of, okay, I got the joke now, that happens right here should just, yeah, should get it right there. However, people missed it. In fact, if you're curious why I say that should have gotten it, Koch Industries Teacup Party. Koch Industries is the Koch brothers are the backers of the Tea Party, the original backers of it. The Boeing Outsourcer. Boeing used to be a very big place here. It's not here now. The Pioneer Balloon Mylar Moonwalk and Grill. Yeah. Taste and See's Corn Dogs. Taste and See is a very high-end restaurant that does interesting culinary delights. I've never actually eaten there. And BTK, and that's the big one right there. BTK was the name of a local murderer. He was a serial killer that went uncaught for years and years. It was a big deal, international news, when he finally got caught many years after he had done his thing. BTK, and it actually stood for Bind, Torture, Kill, if anybody's curious, because it described his MO. So you get, and just for the hell of it, they threw in some more jokes in there towards the end. There's no doubt that the renewed Joyland will mean great things for the entire city, but the South Side in particular stands to benefit from the influx of patrons. Small businesses have already begun to pop up near the park, and property values have begun to exist. With attendance on opening weekend already pre-sold at capacity, this unorthodox late summer opening looks like a gamble that paid off. Next summer, with the reopening of Barnacle Bill's Fantasy on the north side, Wichita stands poised to be the amusement capital of the Midwest. Barnacle Bill's Fantasy, not only can it not reopen, the property that it was on has been reutilized to be a YMCA. Okay, so here's the thing. Pretty obvious set of jokes. If you're a local, wow, how could you miss it? How could you miss it? Not only did some people not get the joke, they even commented on parts of it. One person said, I don't think BTK would be a good choice for a restaurant. Well, no shit, Sherlock. No, it wouldn't be. Now would it? It just... And the number of people posting about this is probably the best thing that F5 has ever written. Not from the standpoint of being good writing, but being from the standpoint of being great exposure. It was fantastic. Hopefully somebody somewhere finally learns from this article, but nobody ever does. Nobody ever learns from these things. And the number of people who have had to post it, it's satire. It's a joke. The number of people who have had to post things like that is ridiculous. And let's see. Let's do a final one. Oh, I want to go back to the popcorn cell phone thing. The popcorn cell phone. So somebody posts this, and I post the debunking of it, because not only is there the original video, and not only is there videos that and articles out there from the original guys on how it was done. Not only are there videos that try to replicate it and fail, just all these, there's even scientific evidence, there is all sorts of stuff. I posted the debunking of it and said it was from, I just gave the Snopes article. Now I'll be frank. Snopes is a good source. Snopes is not a perfect source. And a friend of mine put it best. Usually they're all right for most of this stuff. Fairly good for debunking stuff like this, but don't try and depend on Snopes for politics stuff. There's other places for that. But for the most part, Snopes is pretty good. One of the person's friends tells me not only that Snopes a bad source, but yes, a cell phone can pop popcorn. End of story. And I decided I'm just going to leave this conversation alone. Typically, I will get involved in a conversation and say, why they're wrong and how they're wrong and how they might want to use some critical thinking skills in the future. But this time, I just let it go. Let's go for the last one. And then we're going to do a little bit of one more thing after this. The last one. So Robin Williams hung himself. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Robin Williams hung himself. It's neither here nor there for me. I have a parent who committed suicide, so I'm a little sensitive about the subject. I saw a whole lot of people making commentary about it that, quite frankly, shouldn't have made any commentary. If you experience that sort of loss, you know the truth a lot more than other people do. You know what it's like. So, exclusive video. Robin Williams says goodbye with his cell phone before hanging himself with a belt and cutting himself with a pocket knife. He can still make everyone laugh with this video, but it will make everyone cry a river at the end. Now, that's this big thing that says share this video before watching. Here's why. This video does not exist. No such video ever existed. In fact, why would his final thoughts be about us, not about his family? As a matter of fact, he texted his daughter that day, and there's a lot of little bitty things that have happened in that. But why would we be what he's concerned about? We aren't. The man had the beginning of Alzheimer's. Or I'm sorry, Parkinson's, not Alzheimer's. There's reasons why he may have done it. And of course, everybody loves the idea that Robin Williams is depressed. He wasn't fucking depressed. Just get over it. And the reason why everybody tells this story is because they love the sad clown concept. You know what? We don't know for sure he was. Shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. But it's not our business. It never was. Robin Williams' life was his own. But let's talk about this video here. What was so special about this video? It was a thing that shows the middle of it. Share this video before watching. It's actually a scam. It leads you to another place where you have to hit likes on things, stuff like that. Or previously, when there's been some account problems with Facebook, it was one way that they could pull in and scam and get a hold of your account, get you to authorize an app so that they could post as themselves through your timeline. But people fall for it every time. I can't remember, for a while, there was a whole bunch of people that I wouldn't have thought would have been particularly interested were supposed to be were showing up on their timeline things like, you won't believe what this 14-year-old girl does. And it's a half-naked 14-year-old girl. That half-naked 14-year-old girl is really not a good idea for you to be clicking on. Okay? I don't know what you're thinking there. Second of all, man, it's a scam. In fact, you know what? If it starts with, you won't believe what, just don't click on the damn thing anymore. Anyways, it's clickbait. It's a poorly written article from BuzzFeed or Thought Catalog for those who thought BuzzFeed was too highbrow. All of these places. Now, and somebody's probably going to ask, okay, so why do people do all these scams? Well, each one of these had a different reason. The popcorn was cell phones. They were out to make money. They were creating a viral campaign so that they could get viewers, so they could create awareness, so they could make money. The Joyland reopened. It was a piece of satire. Free energy light bulb. It was a demonstration of how easy it is to con people. And all of them have something else in common. All of these videos make money. See, YouTube puts right in this little spot right here an ad. That advertisement is how YouTube people make money. Following me here? See, this is all entertainment. That's what it is. My blog, even, to a certain degree, is just all entertainment. I have people who sponsor it sometimes. Hey, how cool is that? I can rant about anything I want to, and somebody's going to sponsor it. In fact, not only is somebody going to sponsor it, it'll actually be fairly cool people who do it. I think this is an awesome thing. I get to rant, and somebody pays me to rant. And in the end, I help them out. And this is kind of fun to do with my hands. And in the end, I get to help them out by giving them some extra exposure. Awesome. Win-win. But don't forget, that's what this is all about. What all of these things are about. In the end, is somebody wants to either make you afraid, or they want to get your attention so that they make money. And even making you afraid is about making money in the end. Even with the political ads, it's about making money in the end. Don't ever fool yourself that it's not. Don't ever fool yourself that it's actually about, about how Obama failed to properly salute. Guess what? Salutes didn't start until the Reagan administration. It was not part of the thing for President, the Commander-in-Chief, the civilian Commander-in-Chief, to salute a president. It was not part of the thing. Eisenhower, who was a military man as through and through as you could, never saluted when he was in office because he knew the rules. You didn't do that sort of thing. It wasn't until the 80s we started, and we didn't have anybody throw a fit about Bush when he's holding a dog with one hand and tries to salute with the other. It looks like a moron. I think Obama could have done that better. I mean, hand him drink off in the other hand and salute the man if you're going to salute him. If you're going to do it right. But right now there's just so many people that want you to be afraid of this man. They want you to be afraid of him because they want you to not vote for the next Democrat, or they want you to do whatever it is they want them to do. And in the end, never mistake that it's about politics. It's about making money, one way or another. Follow the cash. Somebody's making money off of your fear. It's just the way it works. Anyways, I don't know how frequently I'm going to do these particular sets of videos. But there's a whole lot of material that I could, it's just piles and piles and piles of material I could work with. So it's fantastic fodder for doing the blog. But I will be doing them from time to time. This is episode 1 of who knows how many. I could continue going until the internet finally shuts down someday. It's not going to do that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you point this at people that you know that think that popcorn can be popped with cell phones. There's not enough energy involved. Seriously. Share it with other people you know. And I'll do the usual beg and plead. Oh, please, will you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Please, I'm a really nice guy. Whatever. You know what? I hope you enjoy the videos. And if you do subscribe, that's great. And I hope to have you around. And I hope to have you as a constant watcher someday. Thanks a lot. Bye. And we hit the